Nav.gg just launched the biggest and craziest update for Clash Mini. As you can see, Nav.gg has been sponsoring me for all this time, and I've been helping them at the Discord server for some time already. And they have just sponsored me as a YouTuber. And today I'm going to show you guys how crazy this launch is. So first, let's go into Clash Mini. Now, when you click it into decks, let's check out a full Frontages deck. We can see, as you can scroll down, you can see all of these stats. Deck ratings. You got power here, which is for damage. Sustain, which is for HP. And sabotage, which is for disposition, slow, stuns, effects, etc., corresponding. So, I'll show you guys quickly how useful this is. First of all, let's look at this deck that Full Frontage has. We have 3 stunning minis and 1 semi-stun mini that can swordsman that can be upgraded when you are using his second star. He will be able to stun, and we also got the miner here. As you can see, this deck has 1, 2 melee minis. We don't count countess or miner. And as you can see, the sustain is not so high, but the power and sabotage is so high because we have so much crowd control and dispel and so many other effects. As you can see, we can even see a deck cost, the remaining elixir, and upgrade possibilities. These upgrade possibilities help you create more useful decks that their elixir correspond to each other. In this deck, we have 1 and 2 3 elixir minis. We also have 1 4 elixir mini and 2 miners, and 2 elixir minis, miner and ice wizard. This deck is really useful when you're trying to put that musketeer down for the only no peer upgrade and the swordsman for the damage down. But by then, you'd be using up all the elixir that you had. That's so useful for one reason, is that your deck does not waste anything. It's very useful many of the times. Also, when you have a 4 elixir mini, you always have some 1 or 2 elixir minis, 2 elixir minis. But you can see you are weak against and strong against some things. Let's see, strong against. Why is this deck so strong against miner? Oh, because you got musketeer, you got swordsman, you got mega knight. All of these things, even counters miner for one reason, is that it's displacement. Musketeer's 3rd star and 2nd star crushes miner when it tries to flank. And while Mega Knight, it completely stuns it in an aerial effect with the earthquake, completely disabling miner's use. The other reason why miner isn't so good is because there is not really a backline mini that it needs to focus. You can say Ice Wizard, but again, you would put that Ice Wizard in front of your Musketeer, and your Musketeer would do the job. A Countess can also catch the miner and kill it instantly. So as you can see, this is very useful. Let's head into Deck Builder. This is the more crazy thing. Let's make a deck right now. Today, I just want to go with the simple Barbarian King 2 elixir. Let's plug it in. As you can see here, just when I plugged in the Barbarian King, you can see all these options that you can click on. You can see one of its biggest and most helpful damage unit that Barbarian King can pair with is right here, Archer. Now it recommends me something else that I might not want, but I can click on some useful things like Lumberjack that I need. I also need Ice Wizard, and I probably don't need these, but as you can see, they are recommending me 3 elixirs most of the time because it corresponds to the elixir. Let's take away Valkyrie because I don't want Valkyrie. Let's give it Barbarian because Barbarian is so good with Archer. And there you go. You can fill up your deck easy as possible. Hold on, let me pick up this miner. And also you can see it says deck cost low, 10, and remaining elixir 20. This deck has a high chance to always use 6 elixir per round. As you can see, that's really useful when you are creating a deck. Now when we create a really bad deck that has all the 4 Elixir minis in it, as you can see, this deck has a low chance to use 6 Elixir per round, and deck cost is really high. You always want to keep it low for most of the situations. Let's go ahead and make one of my favorite decks here. I haven't played this deck in a video yet, but this has been very useful for me. I don't quite remember. Hold on. This is the deck. As you can see, this deck has a good chance. The only reason is because Lumberjack is the only 2 Elixir mini. But the thing about Lumberjack is that it uses up all 6 Elixir, which 3 plus 3 is 6, easy math. Reason is that Lumberjack always goes for the first star and the second star, almost always. Now you can clearly see damage dealer right here, final balance check damage dealer. We got the Dark Goblin here, some Mini P.E.K.K.A, some Lumberjack. We also got Bursty, which is really good because Musketeer is really bursty. We also got alt/back attack. This deck's only alt/back attack is Fisherman. Fisherman hooks the enemy's backlines. So we got a yellow check mark for that, since Fisherman is pretty RNG and you can't be 100% reliable about it. Tank, we got the Barbarian King here. We also got defense, which we really got some defense here. Like Barbarian King's invulnerability. We also got Musketeer, which is really useful. We also got sustain. We got Barbarian King here for the sustain. And of course Musketeer. And we also have support and boost. Of course, we got Musketeer and Lumberjack, and we got counter strategy, of course, Fisherman and Mini P.E.K.K.A. When you create these decks, there are always some very good ways to check how your deck is bad in some ways. You can see potentially weak to untargetable. The reason why this deck isn't good against untargetable is because we have very slow attack speed. When you look at Dark Goblin, yes, maybe, but that requires it to be stacked. And another reason is because when Musketeer activates her super and it only locks one enemy with her second star, it's useless. So with Dark Goblin, they can't deal damage when the stuff are invulnerable. Lots of these are raw damage. You can't really do effects except for some of them. So it's weak against untargetable, since you have to stun that untargetable and make it useless somehow or the other way. We also got invulnerable, which is really annoying. We know that, Barbarian King. But why is this deck weak to invulnerable? The reason why this deck is weak against invulnerable is because we don't have something like Archer that continuously deals damage as a very good, source. You can see like Dark Goblin, but at the same time, Dark Goblin is only one target per attack. And we also got Stun. The reason why this deck is weak against stuns is because this deck doesn't have enough anti-crowd control, and it doesn't have enough ranged minis. As you can see, all of these are very helpful. And if we just change this to a 3 elixir and change this to a high chance to use all elixirs. In the end, we have added just a very new feature, private. If you want to share your decks, but not to those really bad players down there, I get you 3,200 trophies. You don't want to share a deck with me, ANTT, because I'm down in 2,600 trophies and you don't want me to leak it on a video. That's completely fine for you. You make your own meta deck over here, and then you just have to scroll down here, click the private, and you just have to share this link. This will work like unlisted in YouTube. And this will work very fine for your own friends. If not, if you like to just share your deck, show everybody how good you are at the game, at making decks, and help others out, you can just always enable that. And you can check out all of these decks from Clash Mini, the featured ones, and the ones from the community. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something, and I'll see you on Noth.gg. Peace out.